Okay, so this is McKinley's Nursery. It is black, white, and green. That's the theme. And I wanted to go really non-traditional. And the reason being is because this nursery is going to be used mostly by her dad and I for like the first 2 years of her life. So we wanted a room that we felt like was, nice and pretty to be in and nice to look at. And then as she gets older and makes her own taste, then we'll go with that. So let me show you some of the favorite things in the room or what I did. So I have this bed, which is considered a sleigh bed crib. And I have black and white bedding. So here is the actual bed skirt. It is stripes, and then the bumper is like a, I guess what you'd call like a I don't even know. I don't know what you'd call that. And then the bumper, which is reversible, so on the inside the bumper shows polka dots. And then I just bought a green blanket from IKEA. And then if you can really see this, her fitted sheet is green and white. And then in my baby shower, someone made me this green and white blanket, and they put on here Gerard and Kendra production. And on the other side it says her name, McKinley. Okay, and then I have this really goth looking type of frame that I put another black and white just print in that I found, and just to go over her crib. Let's see, and as you can see, the walls are almost like a lime green, and I needed something really bright but not like overwhelming to kind of spruce up the black a little bit, because the black can be a bit heavy. So we went the very lime green. It's actually called celery green, but it doesn't look like celery to me at all. That's her baby monitor camera. And then her lamp. I hate this lamp. It's just a regular, what do you call it, tertiary lamp. Just a regular old lamp, but I needed something black, and I needed something before she was born. So in a last minute rush, like 2 days before she was born, I went out to Target and got this ugly lamp, but I just kind of tried to put this on it to try to give it a little something fancy to it. I'm not sure it's working. I'm not liking it. Okay, so the theme for the room and the focal point is here on the wall. It's this, go all the way out so you can see it. It's this little diamond that we painted on the wall, and it says "Bless this nest." And along the borders of the diamond are little green, or these are clear, color rhinestones. And in the actual font are little green rhinestones. Bless this nest. And the whole theme is supposed to be a nest theme, because the nest theme was my baby shower theme. So if you see throughout the room, I have little nods to it where I put little like ceramic birds. Like this is a little dove. You can't really see it because the light. That's a dove. And then I have a bird cage. This bird cage was used as the centerpiece in my baby shower. So you can see at the top it has like a little ceramic bird at the top. And inside of the bird cage, I just put black and white flowers and another little green bird I found that I'm not quite sure what I can do. So the theme just came in here too. Now on the walls, I wanted to put like little bird cages, but I couldn't find a decal for that. So I made my own artwork. Just one day I went and got some fabric, hand painted the border of the fabric, and then used my Cricut die cut machine and cut out a bird's cage in black and white damask paper that I found at Michael's. And then I just put a black and white bow on top, and voila, made my own bird cage, my own artwork for her room. And I did the other side, so it's planking both of these walls. So this side has let me see, let me get there. Okay, so this side has two little birds, me and Gerard, on a limb here, and then a bird nest, two little eggs. It's supposed to be a third egg to represent my 3 children, but I ruined the egg, so I didn't get to make another one. And then the same thing, I turned this one on its side and put a bow at the top. So there's that. Okay, so here's her dresser that goes with her crib. And then here's her chair. Now this chair was an extravagance. It was a splurge for me. It's the only thing I splurged on in the room, and it was expensive, but it was worth it. I really, really liked this chair, and I wanted something comfy in here that I could nurse her on, that I could come in here and read books to her, but I didn't want that traditional glider because I think they're ugly. So I wanted a nice upholstered chair, but they're expensive, so I had to kind of splurge on this. I still have not told my husband how much the chair was altogether, and I plan to never tell him. I just told him that, you know, it was a splurge and that was it. So I bought the chair, and the best thing about the chair is that I know you're thinking it's a white chair in a child's room. This chair, this whole thing, see this, is a slipcover. And not only is it a slipcover, but it's a slipcover that goes in the washer machine. So if it gets dirty, I can take it right off, put it in the washer machine, and go about my business. And if I'm really concerned about it, when she gets a little older, I can just buy a new slipcover, buy a black one, and just put that one on there. So when I got the green flower, just to kind of spruce it up a little bit with all the black and white to break up all the hard lines. I love this chair. And then let's see, here we have another bird. The only pink you will find in this room is this little jewelry box, which I thought was super cute, that I got on top of my diaper cake at my baby shower. So I kept it. I thought it was really cute. I could find something, but that's the only pink you're going to find in here. The me and my big sister frame, which obviously are not my children. So when I get a picture of her and her big sister, I'll put that in there. And then this artwork, which I love, let me get the clear out of it, has all of her stats on it. McKinley Milan Marshall was 6 pounds, 10 ounces, 17 inches, born on April 18th at actually 9:43 p.m. But my girlfriend, the one that made this blanket, that Kendra and Gerard production blanket, also made this little piece of fabric for me and framed it, and I thought it was so cute, and it's perfect. It has black and white and green and everything I love, so it went right here in our room and it worked perfectly. One of my other favorite pieces, my second favorite piece besides the chair, is this. Let me turn sideways so I can really get this. Is here. It's her nameplate. It says McKinley. It's a funny story about this because we kept going back and forth on a name for her. So I would buy pieces of what I thought was going to be the other name, and then the letters would be out of stock at the store, so I'd have half a name up there. Then I would change my mind, go and return all those letters, and get McKinley, and I changed my mind again. So it was just so much drama trying to find a name for her and trying to find these letters. And I had to be really creative because I originally started with the Damask E, which is here, the N, the K, and the M, those damask looking letters. I started with those, and they didn't have all the letters at the store, and I went to like 3 different Michaels. So I had to get creative. I ended up buying just these white ones. These were all white. The N, the I, the L, the Y, they were all white, and I ended up being creative and putting the stripes on the L and on the I, and leaving the the C and the Y white. But all in all, once it was done, it came out really good. And I love that we framed it right above her window. It's my favorite. I love it. It's McKinley, and it lets her know this is her own little space. Here's our changing table. And here's another issue. So, I have all the black and white, little baskets and stuff there. I was trying to find something black or white in terms of this, the actual cover for her changing table. And because black and white is so untraditional in a baby's room, I just cannot find anything. And I really didn't want to go with any zebra in the room because zebra's just so overdone and it can look a bit cheap sometimes. So I just really wanted to stay away from zebra. But again, here I was in the last minute, like the last 2 days of her being born, I had to get something. So I ended up seeing this zebra one that had been sitting on the shelves forever at Babies R Us. And I bought it, and it actually isn't so bad. It's not so bad. Here's her diaper wipe cover. Because I have this little caddy sitting here, I didn't like those baby wipes that have the big Winnie the Pooh on them and, Curious George. So I made one myself using, leftover ribbon from her artwork that I did, which is this black and white leftover ribbon, some marabou I had from some Christmas ornaments I made a couple years ago, and a pink ribbon I actually ended up buying. I just got black and white fabric and kind of Mod Podged it on there and just made something that looked a little prettier sitting on her changing table. There's that. Okay, and last but not least, this is another part of my favorite part of her room. This is, let me see if I can get back far enough. This is her closet. And I took down her traditional closet doors and put up damask print curtains. And it came out absolutely beautiful. I couldn't be more happy with how her closet came out. I love it. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. You know, closet doors are boring, and they were all white and big, and they just brought nothing to the room. They took away from the room. And I think it made the room that's already small look smaller. So I was really lucky to find these. I found them really inexpensively, and we put them up, and they're beautiful. I absolutely love them. Here is, oh, you probably can't see it, her chandelier. Now, funny story on the chandelier. The chandelier almost caused the breakup of the century because it was my husband and I, who are not electricians, putting up the chandelier. So that's a story for another time, but it's really funny. But it came out beautiful. I love the chandelier. It's very dainty and little girlish. Okay, so this is the last element of the room. This very tiny wall between her closet and her entrance is really small. And when my husband first painted the green, I absolutely cringed because it was so bright. I hated it. And it made me really unsure of myself in terms of how I was going to decorate our room. I just hated I hated the green. So I had the idea of maybe if we painted one wall black, it would tone down the green a little bit. And you know, I was a hormonal pregnant woman. My husband, I'm sure, had his doubts, but he was so sweet. He didn't say anything, and he just painted the wall black for me. And I'm glad he did. We both all liked how it turned out. We thought it turned out really good, and it did exactly what I needed to do in the room, which was tone down some of the green. So that's her black wall. And the little green Buddha up here is just a nod to my decorating style. I love the kind of Zen Chinese type of style. So there's Buddhas all over my house, even though I am not a Buddhist. I believe in Jesus Christ, but I love the style. And when I found this little green baby Buddha, I thought it was so cute, so I had to get one to go in our room, and that's what that is. And then here's my favor from my baby shower, which I put into her room, which was a little nest with a little pink egg in it. And the egg is a bar soap. But because I told you I had the theme of nest and all that. So that's where that lives. And then, oh yeah, one last thing, which I don't even know if I want to show you because I think it's so ugly. Let me turn the light off. This is her mobile that I made previously. I made this while in the hospital on bed rest. I was making this mobile, and it came out really ugly, and I don't like it. So I plan on making another one, a different one. But her dad, my husband, ended up throwing away my fabric on accident, so I haven't been able to do that yet. But I just used those same black and white flowers that you see here. I used them for her because I couldn't find a black and white mobile. And then I bought this little green bird and then the black tulle. Also, another thing that made me decide on the black and white too is that I read in a book that babies, for like the first couple of months, oh, we didn't talk about the ottoman, but for the first couple of months, can't really see colors, but they can see contrasting colors very well, like black and white. It's some of their favorite to look at, and also it helps develop like their eye muscles and eye coordination looking at contrasting colors. So I thought that's even better to do black and white. Next to her chair is a little bucket I got from Michael's, and every stuffed animal she has so far has been able to fit in there, so it's worked out. And then I found this just like a week ago. I had been needing an ottoman, but the ottoman almost cost as much as a chair, so I didn't want to buy it. So I found this at Michael's. Not Michael's, at Ross. It's not a perfect match, but I think it works really well for what I needed to do. And the best thing about it, it has storage. And I needed somewhere to like put her books. So I think I'm going to use this as storage for all of her books, that we're growing a collection of books. And then this is just inside of her closet, all her shoes and her baby bath and clothes and just junk and, all type of stuff. Okay, so that is McKinley's Nursery. I really hope that you like it. It was created with love because I love this little girl and I'm so happy to have her in my life, and that God trusted her to me and my husband. So we're just excited about her, and we wanted to give her a very pretty space and wanted her to know that it was prepared and made in love and just for her. So I hope you guys like the space as much as we do. Thanks.